here in Nairobi talking to Kamal Budhabbatti, who is the CEO and founder of Craft Silicon. Kamal, tell me about how the company came to be set up.
So it all started in year 2000. I was working somewhere else and somehow got an opportunity to do some business with a friend who was working in a banking industry. And his bank was looking for a small module for clearing of automating his clearing process, and that's how I got the opportunity. His bank wanted something. I was in a position to provide them something, and that's how everything started.
So out of that small seed came this company, which now employs several hundred people.
Yeah, currently we are one of the largest software provider across the African continent. We provide software to close to about 40 countries from here, hiring about 200 people sitting in Nairobi and about 50 odd sitting out of Bangalore in India.
And describe the kind of banking products you've been doing up to this point.
We always remain focused on what we are good at. We started with the banking product, and we felt that we want to remain into the finance vertical, which includes commercial banks, microfinances, electronic payments, switching, mobile banking, money transfers, and anything wherever the money touches. And that's where we provide solutions to.
And recently you've been providing those solutions as a cloud-based product. Can you describe that?
We once the communication technology became more and more pervasive in some of the emerging economies, we felt that it's high time that we start providing our solutions on the cloud computing, wherein we host the data for them. We host the application while the customer connects to us and uses the application. More or less like a software as a service model, where we provide them software and we charge them either on a usage basis, monthly or yearly.
And you're setting up a data center location here to...
We have 4 locations. Because we provide software to more or less all around the world into the emerging economies, we have 4 strategic locations where our data centers are. We have one in Singapore, which is helping us to provide customers into the Far East. We have some customers in Philippines, Vietnam who connect to Singapore data center. We have one in UK, in London, where West African countries connect to London. We have one in India, where obviously the India and Indian subcontinent customer connects, and we are in the process of setting up one in Nairobi, Kenya, where the East African customers will be connecting.
And in terms of West Africa, would you ever consider taking that hosting back into somewhere like Lagos or Accra?
For now it is in London, because we felt that we didn't have a very strong presence from the infrastructure point of view in West Africa. But if the business grows, I think we would move it either to Lagos or Accra, depending on whichever gives us the best options.
And your latest product, in contrast to your previous ones, is a B2C product. It's a consumer product. You've described it to me as a lifestyle product. Tell me what that product looks like.
We launched up at some point we used to do a lot of things differently, small bits and pieces on all different, providing banking on the mobile phones, providing some transactions on the mobile phones, providing some financial contents on the mobile phone. And then we felt, and we used to do the same thing over and over again for different banks in the microfinances. We felt that instead of doing that, can we consolidate that and come up with a platform where all the banks, all the microfinances, all the utility providers, all the content providers can be aggregated from one central location. And that's how we felt that we must have a product like ELMA. The name obviously is also, it's not a mobile name, it's not like M something, because most of the mobile products are M product. So we focused on coming up with a product which is different. Even the name is easy to pronounce name, and we felt that we must get into the consumer space.
So in addition to the financial stuff, you have a whole series of lifestyle services. Describe those, because those are quite interesting.
You see, we just try to analyze what a individual customer does. Yes, he does some financial transaction, but before he does a financial transaction, he goes through series of steps before he does a financial transaction. I want to buy a movie ticket. It's good for me to see which movie it is running, where it is running, possibly get a preview of the movie, possibly see what are the timings. And once that is done, I now go and buy the tickets. So there are steps that happens before you do a financial transactions. In ELMA, we have tried to consolidate that and give you that platform so that it allows you to do informed financial transaction.
You've also got health appointments, haven't you?
Health appointments, yes. We have health appointments where you can actually book your appointments straight from your phone. After that, we also now trying to get into a lot of information related to agriculture, where the farmers will be able to get the information on the produce that they have available, and the purchasers will also get that information so that the buying and selling can happen on our platform.
And you've got Matatu routes and traffic information. How does the traffic information work?
So what we have done is we obviously linked with some of the content providers who have strategic cameras located around the cities. We hook up to them and pick up that information and bring it straight on your mobile phones. Now the same application can also be extended to where you can put your own cameras in your own offices, for example, and you want to now monitor what's happening. You might be sitting in a meeting but want to see what's happening in your office. You can still do that on our application.
So somebody has written an application to integrate.
Yes. So ELMA is an open platform that allows third-party developers to write applications, and those applications are available loaded free on ELMA because it's an open source platform. So one smart developer extended the functionality of ELMA, where we were just showing them the traffics on the roads. He now brought the same information into the offices. So we think he did a bright job.
And how much does this service cost me on a monthly basis?
If you are connecting to a finance backbone like your bank or a microfinance, then we charge you about $1, actually less than $1 a month. But if you are not connected to any finance backbone, then the service is free. You could download ELMA and start using all the information. But we start charging you if you are going to do a financial transactions. And our model is very straightforward, easy for you to understand, no hidden charges. You pay us less than about close to $1 a month, and it allows you to do everything that you might want to do.
And you've recently signed an agreement with one of Kenya's mobile operators.
Yeah.
How will that work?
So you see, what we felt is ELMA currently connects to your bank or your microfinance. Now, what if you don't have a bank account, or what if you bank with a bank who is not connected to us? So how do you use ELMA? We entered into an agreement with a mobile service provider called You in the country, where You customers using the mobile wallet functionality, which is UCash, they transfer the money from UCash to ELMA, and once it is in ELMA, we create a virtual account for you, which is like a virtual bank account, and you do all the transactions on a platform. The costing model on that platform is also very, very cheap. There we don't charge 80 shilling or $1 a month. We charge about 10 shillings, which is 1/8 of $1 for a whole month.
And you've also got into a position where you can offer people one-off credit or debit cards in order to order online. Again, describe how that works.
A lot of us people who stay in these emerging economies don't have a credit card, but we still want to do a lot of shopping on the net, want to go to the Amazon and buy something, want to go and register our own domain or buy some musics and the videos, but we have no way to do that. So we thought that for us to provide that functionality on ELMA, we linked up with a bank who provides us a virtual credit card, where the backbone is where we go to the bank account, pick up the money, and then we give him a virtual credit card which is used on the net, and the transaction is completed.
In effect, the customer is getting a number to use on a one-time basis.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. So how are you marketing this service? Because it seems to me it needs a kind of critical mass to get going.
We are very poor in marketing.
Yeah.
We are a typical technology company who does keep doing so many things in one corner, but we don't know how to take it out into the market. But we are trying to hook up with various banks who are our partners, who will help us to market the product, because banks are the one who has the customer base, and if we link up with the banks, then we expect the banks to promote this product. If this doesn't work, then possibly we'll have to now do something on our own and take the product to the masses.
Kamal, thanks for talking to me today.
Thank you very much.